Clearly, Allah is unimaginable, unfathomable. He's so enormous that his space-time has a direct impact on our time. All of his descriptions are incomprehensible, that even the answer to the following question is unbelievable. Was Allah created? This basic question is generally posed by disbelievers but has definitely crossed the mind of believers. To us believers, however, it is clear to us that Allah could not have been created, and here is why. If Allah was created, and that's a big if, that must mean someone or something else would have created him. So this will lead to the next question. Who created Allah? The problem with this logic is if someone or something created Allah, then we would automatically say, then who created that thing, and then who created that thing again and again? The question will keep repeating over and over. This is indicative that this is not the answer, since this recursion loops forever. So if Allah was not created, then how did he come to be in existence? And this is where it becomes unfathomable for us created creatures to understand that Allah could not have been created. He has simply been here this whole time. And this is something we created creatures will have a hard time understanding because we were created. This type of reasoning that Allah was created because we were created is known as an enthymeme, an argument in which one premise is not explicitly stated. An enthymeme is an unstated assumption. For example, worms might look at humans as super beings and think, wow, humans must eat the best dirt to be super beings. Because worms eat dirt, so they think humans eat dirt too, in this example. Hence, it's human nature to unintentionally perceive the world with our own implicit biases and assumptions. So just because we were created does not mean at all that Allah was created. Thus, humans are comparative creatures, and we tend to correlate with someone when we try to understand him or her. This is a big problem when we try to correlate with Allah. That is because there is nothing like him. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. We humans who are birthed, born with a beginning, cannot correlate nor comprehend he who has no beginning. Say, he is Allah, one. Allah, the Absolute. He did not give birth, procreate, beget, and he was not born, procreated, begotten, birthed, and there was not for him any equal. And Allah has no end. Everything is perishing except his face. Allah is, therefore, eternal, which means lasting or existing forever without beginning or end. And this powerful attribute is said in Surah 2 verse 255 and Surah 3 verse 2, the famous Ayatul Kursi. Allah, there is no God except him, Al-Hayyul Qayyum. Al-Qayyum means the eternal, not to be confused with immortal, which has a beginning but lives forever, never dying or decaying, but can have an end if Allah wills, just like those in paradise and hell. Whereas eternal has no beginning or end, while also lasting and existing forever. Allah's attribute of Al-Qayyum is always paired with Al-Hayy, the alive, the living. And Allah reminds us in Surah 25 verse 58 to put our trust, rely upon the alive who does not die. Thus the combination of Al-Hayyul Qayyum reinforces the interpretation of Allah being the alive who does not die. In other words, without an end, and Al-Qayyum as the eternal with no beginning. Hence, it becomes unfathomable for us humans to understand that Allah could not have been created, since we have a beginning and end and all creation. This is something we can only learn to accept, just like we can't hear everything, yet Allah hears everything. We can't see everything, yet Allah sees everything. We can't know everything, yet Allah knows everything. We can only see what is faced in front of us, but to Allah belongs the east and the west. So wherever you turn, there is the face of Allah. Indeed, Allah is omnipresent, knowing. Just like we've learned to accept that a photon of light is in a superposition in all possible states at the same time, Allah is everywhere at the same time. Just like we believers accept that Allah has always been here, alive this whole time. Al-Hayyun Qayyum. And that's a key attribute of being a believer. Allah is the greatest. As you may have noticed by now, Allah's names and attributes are of unimaginable standards. Keep in mind that something as simple as having a name requires a complicated linguistic and extra-linguistic process. In other words, language existed before creation too. And not just any language, the language of Allah. His language directly connects to His names and attributes. And to Him belong the most beautiful and excellent names. Thus, something as simple as Allah's name already existed before creation, evidently, and this therefore opens the sea of knowledge of words, language, and communication. In other words, the process of all information. Say, if the sea were ink for the words, speeches, expressions, utterances of my Lord, the sea would surely have exhausted, depleted, ran out, before the words, speeches, expressions, utterances of my Lord would exhaust, deplete, run out. Even if we came the like of it, similar of it, as an assistance, supplement. And if whatever that is of a tree in the earth were pens, and the sea extends it, stretches it, by 7 seas after it, the words, speeches, expressions, utterances of Allah, kalimatullah, wouldn't be exhausted, depleted, run out. Indeed, Allah is almighty, wise. This is an important hypothetical analogy by which Allah's knowledge surpasses all information. This is also telling us that water is a form of memory for writing the words of Allah. And thus, before creation, Allah's knowledge already surpassed all information, the sea of knowledge. And He may have simulated everything with water. So the question is, did water also exist before creation? Salam everyone, just a quick interjection in this video series. I would like to take a moment to introduce you to Abraham's Foundation. We are a registered non-profit in Canada. We are a Muslim charity and operate based on Quranic verses. Every week, we donate everyone's charities to feed the orphans and the needy/homeless in our active campaign in Bangladesh. One of our missions is to provide a platform through which you can donate your charities and see where your money is going. Hence, we make this possible at Abraham's Foundation by posting every week the total donations we received for that week and how much we spent. We show proof of receipts every week and post weekly charity clips, videos and photos on our Telegram channel. It's free to join and see. You get to see how your charity money is being donated by Allah's will. Thus, it is an honor to invite you here and multiply your hasanats with us. Feel free to explore our website and note that we do updates a few times a month. Additionally, you can find the Quranic rules for charity, hasana, and zakat here. We have a special section as you click on Straight Path. This is designed to be a Quran Masters section. Please see the comments for further updates. You can also join our social media like Facebook and Instagram, or follow us on Twitter and TikTok, and also subscribe to our Abraham's Foundation YouTube channel right here. You can also join us on Discord. If you like what we're doing and have already donated, please write a review in our review section. Once again, see the description and comments for more info. Salam wa rahmatullahi alaykum. And they give food out of love for Him to the needy, the orphan, and the captive. We only feed you for Allah's face. We do not want from you any reward nor thanks, gratitude.